Well, there are two female roles that are very deep and very important in this movie, and yes, you're right. It's like a kind of a, could be a male movie, but what's interesting is when you have very strong female roles. Um, the role of Ariane Labed is very physical, but there's a very strong emotion about her, and you can really connect to the story in Aguilar through the love she carries and this badass character is very emotionally connected to this story, and so both female roles are very mysterious and very interesting. Sofia Reichen, what I loved about her is that she's not like the cliche of a scientist that you can sometimes find in movies. She's very mysterious, and there's something very deep about her that you cannot really identify immediately. I think the relationship with her father and the relationship of fascination she has with Callum Lynch makes her even more mysterious. So I don't know if I answered your question.
I think, with female characters as well, a lot of the times, especially with this kind of genre of film, they're sort of there to facilitate the male character. And it's so frustrating, and it must be so annoying for women to sort of watch that time and time again. The great thing about these two characters was that they're there of their own volition. They have their own objectives. They're not their journey or character arc is not dependent on their male counterpart. Sophia Reichen is a scientist. She's got her own beliefs. She's sort of has her own objective. She wants to cure violence. And then you have Ariane, her character, Maria, who's actually a mentor to Aguilar, not the other way around as it was usually have. She's sort of, in some ways, the lieutenant to his sergeant.
I would take a leap of faith for humanity to raise awareness. There are so many things about us that are great, and that I think we just use a small amount of our talent, and I would love to be still alive when we'll discover a lot more and use a lot more, and that would lead us to respect and unity.
For this movie?
No, I was not familiar with the game. I just had seen the title a couple times and posters and maybe ads for the game. So, so my first introduction to the universe, the world of the game, was actually reading the script, and I thought there was like fascinating concepts, especially the genetic memory, traveling in time through your DNA to relive the life of your ancestors, really resonated. I had read books, more medical books, about what we could take from the knowledge of our ancestors, and I've always found it very fascinating. And my other introduction to the world of the game was one of my best friends, who is a big fan. She sat me on a chair and told me everything she thought I should know about the game, and all the fascinating concepts that I talked about. Where would I go? Well, we had this question many times, and then I always answer the same I mean, I always give the same answer, but now so my brain goes like, would you come up with something different? And maybe I would. So I would love to explore a Stone Age and philosophical, the first philosophical discussions. But then suddenly I would love to go back to the light. In French we say le siècle des Lumières. No, it's when there's great philosophers. Well, it's a lot about human questions, but yeah. I mean, I would be interested in exploring the life of women and how maybe they tried to enter this very male-y circle of philosophers, because we today we have all those big testimony of men, and I would love to explore where women were at that time.